We have 2 trains this week. At the £15 million house, we begin to lay membranes, spread material, and build some invisible seating. And I give my take on a word that everybody's afraid to mention. I'm Daniel, and it's Ashville Weekly, episode 136. This episode of Ashville Weekly is sponsored by Clara.
Bank holiday Monday, and I'm in the yard, sat at my desk. A few members of the team came in today to work because they wanted to catch up on bits they were doing. One of which was Sam, our concrete salesman. Concrete output is going up significantly. You can see here we're beginning to do more utility work, and Sam has been out with his phone filming sideways so we can share some of that concrete work with you. I had to spend some time myself. As I told you last week, we are now on with corporate banking with the biometric fingerprint. But there's some special software that needs to go on the computer that every time you click on the link, it opens this software. Because of what happened before, we've got now all these IT protocols, this massive NASA computer, and it stops the software opening. You can't really download anything. I had to download it while I'm talking to the IT provider. I had to do some special settings to make sure it could open. Then I had to log in with mine, see it was working, and I created short tops for them on their desktop. And now it's all working. I'm happy to say it's been a good and productive day. And that's it for Monday in the yard. See you Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning, and we're in the yard. If you saw last week, you'll see that we had a delivery of 295 rear tyres and we got 10 rims. Well, now we're going to build all of them up so we have them in case somebody comes in with a puncture, and we can pull into this area like an F1 pit stop and change the tyres within 20 minutes, send them down to the roundabout, come back, re-tighten them up again, make a note of it, and they can go back out to work. Backyard, we have the crane technician in. Throughout the day, we're going to change the lorries and we're doing inspections. We need to make sure we've got certification for these cranes every 4 months. Each lorry that's gone through, a report is made, and then other lorries coming in, the grab drivers will swap over into these lorries so they can go out in those, so we can make sure by the day that all 4 of the 8x4 grabs have been checked, the baby grab has been checked, and the roll-on roll-off with the crane has also been checked. Last week we had the delivery of 2 more machines. Now, Ashville plant hire is going well, and we are renting out kit, but we're renting out kit that ain't in the yard. We're renting out dumpers, we're renting out rollers. Before, we used to say to people, no problem, when the job starts, we'll do 1,000 load of muck out, 2,000 ton of type 1 in, and then we'll do your concrete. Now the machines are included in the price proposal as well. Those jobs haven't started yet, but hopefully they start very soon, but hopefully not all at the same time, because then we're gonna kind of be stuck. Anyway, I need to make some additional space. I have to take these 2 machines, move them over onto this side so they're in a safe place. Now, I'm not saying anybody's going to reverse into those machines. I can't think of a way to end that sentence, and it's better to be safe than sorry. So let's get the area moved around and put the machines in a safe place. At the £15 million house, we've had deliveries of 4 to 20 mil limestone, which were loaded into the dumper and we're taking into the back. Swimming pool, hot tub, and we're going to have some floating seating going here. Now this looks like it's going to be made out of timber, but underneath all of that timber there's a concrete structure with steel. There's so much weight that we need to support because this needs to be ready for about 30 people to be able to sit on it. There's going to be LED light running all around underneath it. Originally we were going to do this and we were going to have like an L-shaped support. So we're going to build a part of the seat going straight up, and then we're going to go this way, and then we're going to go like that. That's to counterbalance the weight. But as we began to dig this way, we realized that the slab went underneath all of the earth. So at the moment, we're changing the plan. This is gonna be the part of the seat, what you're gonna see coming out of the ground. So this is gonna be 350 in depth, 350. However, underneath the ground, there's gonna be a 200 mil high L-shaped part, which comes all the way here. Now, what we're gonna do in this existing 300 mil thick slab, we're gonna drill, and we're gonna put 16 mil rebar through it, and then we're gonna put resin, and we're gonna fix into that. So we fix into this existing slab, we build shuttering all around, and we're gonna pour all of this in one complete section. Once this is in place, we're gonna take the earth, and we're gonna cover the area here. And again, we're gonna drill it, use rebar, and the steel frame, what's gonna be the seat, is then gonna fit onto the front of this concrete. It's gonna fit all the way around this area, and then we're gonna clad that in timber.
Back in the yard in the bottom area, I mean, I asked for a little bit of space, and the boys have gone to the extreme and packed the machines in nicely. But it now means when the rest of the machines come, we have space for them, and we have space for the kit that I wanna put over here. So a job well done.
Productivity is key. I don't want to be slowed down or limit myself in any way when I'm working in the zone. At work, I have 2 gigantic screens, and at home, I have 3.
Not only does it make me feel like Bruce Wayne, but I can work from spreadsheets, my calendar, my to-do list, and documents all at the same time.
What's good for me is good for the team, so everyone has at least 2 screens. It's time for an upgrade, as some of the screens in the main office have seen better days. There are so many options, and I want to get the best price, so I use the Kalana shopping app. I use this price comparison feature for all my tech needs to find the right kit at the right price at the right time. Kalana is the latest search and compare tool that compares prices from thousands of retailers. So let's have a look at this computer monitor. Who has them? What price? I'm gonna use the good time to buy section. This shows me the typical price variation so I can make an informed decision. I now know it's the right time to buy. When it's time for new kit, download the Kalana app to help you search and compare to find the right kit at the right price. Wednesday morning, I'm at the refurbishment project. Very happy with progress. I'm up in the loft in this fantastic space. David, I, and Dudek, we have the plan for the windows, and we're gonna be walking up to each window individually, and we're gonna be saying yes, no. The design of the windows here is they're black on the outside, so it matches the house how it was previously to keep the existing character. And on the inside, they're gonna be an off-white color to match the decor internally. Here, everywhere, we have the Velux windows, what you've seen in the past, but on the other side now, the underlay and the battens are all in place. But we're having a bit of a discussion with building control. Here is the build-up of the insulation. There's a 50 mil gap, and then there's 70 mil of insulation. Now, what building control want us to do is take the insulation and then put it here on this side, and then attach our plasterboard on the front. But we do not want to do that. We want to build this out, this timber frame, slightly. So we go 50 mil gap, then we go 70, then we go 90 mil here, so we have a better fixing for all of our plasterboard, because we don't want to really screw all our plasterboard into this insulation. On the first floor, you can see the shapes are in place for the Velux windows, which are all on site, and we're going to start fitting them. The bricklaying on every level of this house is now complete. You'll see a long while back, this entire area was falling apart, but we've rebuilt everything. You can see the insulation between, and even the little finicky bits of brickwork which go around steels, like you can see over here, all of that is complete. Well, that's how the underfloor heating got to this point. Before I talk about the underfloor heating, over here we have conduit coming from the air conditioning units all the way up the top. So that conduit has come in, that's a mix of the air conditioning pipes, power, and data. Now from this point underneath here, because once this is done, we can't run any more cables, we have 2 pipes which run all the way down to the basement area. One is full of pipework and full of communication cables for the air conditioning and home automation systems. The other one is completely free, and it has rope in it in case somebody remembers something later that hasn't been run, so we can feed it through rather than having to try and fish everything, which will take absolutely ages. Back to the underfloor heating, we have 4 zones in this area. So this area and the entrance and hallway is zone number 1. This room is zone number 2. The room you can see over there is zone number 3, and the dining area over here is zone number 4. What's the height of the worktop? I don't want all different levels everywhere. That's the floor finish. So this is floor finish, yeah? Do you want to start it from worktop height, or do you want to start it lower? Yeah, but I don't want to see skirting and then a window straight away. We need a bit of wall. We need a bit of wall and a windowsill, and a rather large windowsill. They're going to put things here. Yeah. This is the finished floor level by the time we build up the underfloor heating and have the tiles. So it's going to be flush with the bifolds going outside. However, on this side, once we build it up, we need to have a windowsill. So we're trying to decide how much wall to have before the fixed pane glass sits on top of it, which incidentally will have the same frame on this side. Now we're just trying to work out at the top. And I have asked for the height of the bifolds here and the height of the fixed pane to be exactly the same. So when you walk into this area, you have a clear line of sight going all the way around. The worst thing you want is different window heights and everything being staggered. Any timber we build, we're going to get the aluminium profile and we're going to bolt it on to the face of the timber so it looks like it's exactly the same material as the bifolds and fixed panes. We've come over to this window, and there used to be 2 posts here, but we've removed the posts because they weren't structural, and we're going to give the client all windows going through. You see, we could have gone for the cheaper option. This is a design and build, and we could have put glass, then put a beam, then put glass, which would have saved money. No, we're going to have all glass. But David said, when you're in this area, because it's open plan, look at the height we've got here. Why don't we replicate the height here over in that area? So when you're walking through, you have full continuity. I agree with David. Yeah, so client gets all glass across here, no pillars, and then we are going to replicate this height over in the other side. And now you can see the rest of the work continue.
Daniel, my brother, you look more shook-looking than me.
I got one for you.
You are going to have loads of grey hair because you think you're going to be a big Charlie in the plant job. We are going to see you out of it, thank you.
How are you going to get me out the plant job with your old rust buckets that don't start?
A gang of us have got together and we are going to put your lights out.
I got an important one for you.
Go on then.
Strange one. There's a guy at the gym who's got this big fish in a pond. It looks like it's full of sea moss, like that thing out the front of your house.
A one-man fish?
No, I mean, it's a fish. I mean, well, how could a fish be a 2-man fish? It's a 1-man, it's a fish.
It's a beauty, isn't it? There's a couple of fish in there, isn't there?
Yeah. Now I said I'm going to find a home for this fish. Which fella can I provide a home for?
I don't know about that fella that lives down the bottom. He looks nasty, he looks vicious.
We're talking about he's a fish. That's just his face. That's like people saying that you look moody. It's just your face.
I don't trust you. You could be trying to trick us Tottenham boys. You West London boys.
What, trick you into what? What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Get arrested for stolen goods because there's a fish in your pond?
Because they're from West London, they might have a touch of fish flu. I've got a man on the other end that me and him do fish exchanges, yeah? If not, I know a very good fish and chip shop in Enfield Town.
Mate, I'm not trying to get involved in your fish trafficking. I'm just trying to find a home for these fish. You ever call someone and then think to yourself, why have I bothered?
No disrespect. You've only got one name in your friends list. And you've got, in your phone, you've got favourites.
Yeah.
Every iPhone has favourites. You've only got one name in it, and I'm afraid to tell you that's mine.
Oh man, I'll let you know when I know about these fish. Wonderful speaking with you, Michael. Anyway, I'm back at the yard and I've got plenty to crack on with. Just came off a Zoom, checked on my phone, and I have a video of a delivery at Andrew Southern's house of some of the paving. Now, it came on one of those pallet trucks with a forklift on the back. Today, we have 5 packs coming, and tomorrow there are another 7, and we will have 12 packs in total, which we can't use yet because we're waiting for the edging and upstands and the work around the pool. So we're going to take the line from the drains and then we're going to work our way out from there, and that will give us the lines of all our paving so we don't have loads of those ugly offcuts. Preparing for a train of sand that's coming in tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Hopefully it doesn't come late, otherwise we'll have to park it up for the next morning. All round a good day. The weather is up and down. 1 minute there's torrential rain, the next minute the sun's shining. Doesn't do the yard any favours, but it's slightly improved because we've got concrete in a lot of areas now. Time is
8:55 p.m. I'm about to leave the yard. Just as I was leaving, saw the teeth I ordered the other day, came in handy. But then I realized that I ordered 1 too little, that we needed 7 and I ordered 6. So I've ordered another one which should arrive tomorrow, and then we can fit it on this. We still don't have a price to refurbish the bucket on the 586, what I spoke about last week. And the forklift was serviced today as well, but we're going to buy an alternator for the forklift because it's given us a little bit of trouble, and I don't want to get stuck one day, go to turn it on and it doesn't work. We've even changed the gear oil. The oil that came out of it was a bit meh, so it's a good thing that we gave it a change. Changed all the filters as well. Once a new starter goes on it, it should be good. And I will now take this call from Freddie, who's calling me. What's happening, Freddie? 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 Thursday morning, and I'm in the yard. Time is 10 to 7. The train has arrived and we are offloading. I didn't actually know we had this train of limestone type 1 until I saw an email last night. I thought we had one train, but a very good day for me, because you know that I am into trains. 1 in the morning of type 1, 1 in the afternoon of sand. Let's get this offloaded. You know when you go to do something and you realize that this is going to be long and it's going to be headache, but then you realize that you are that guy that thought about it from a long time ago and you put it in place so it's going to be so much easier. Well, we need to update all the prices on aggregatesupplier.com. That's our e-commerce website where if you don't want to talk to us, you can buy loose material over 7 tons and bagged anything from 1 bag to 100. Well, it's time to upgrade the pricing. And I thought to myself, how am I going to get through and do all of this? Well, I created a document, and I found the document, and all I need to do, because of the formulas which have been put in place, here's my little formula here. If I put in the first line, i.e. 1 bag of material, let's say I put in each bag is, now it isn't and it never has been, but let's just say for argument's sake, I put £10 in this top box. Type 1 MOT, £10. Nice. When you buy 2 bags, here's the price, 3 bags, 4 bags, 5 bags, and this gives you the price all the way down, and the maximum discount you can get is 28 bags, because that's what we can fit on a flatbed Arctic, which I don't have because I sold, and I'm still fuming about it. Sometimes it drives past me and I have to look at it. It's very annoying. I'm furious! Anyway, we move on. If we click on here, we've done it for loose. Now all I need to do is check what we're paying for material, drop in all of the top rates, and then moving forward, we can continue to do it. The whole exercise, what the very first time took me half a day, 3/4 of a day to get right, now takes 10 minutes because the infrastructure is in place. Nice. Train number 2 of the day is in. Time is 5:36. We're halfway done offloading, and we're going to get the rest of it off. And most of the sand has already been ordered, so tomorrow it's going to be straight on the lorries and out the gate. This is the pile that came in earlier. The machine managed to find its way to the top of the pile. Lovely. Friday morning, I'm in the yard. The delivery has turned up. Yes, it's what I think it is. Last week, you saw me go to O'Donovan's yard and have him pull the yard apart and burn some wheels off an old bin. Well, do you know what? We tried and we couldn't make it work, so I've ordered some new ones. I believe these are going to be the 2 brackets. I'll check just in case. So open that. No, I don't have a Stanley on me. Yes, I will wash the fork, not like the time I was at QPR and I used it to put my shoe on and then put it back on the table. Apologies. Ah, yes. Okay.
There we go. That will go through here. We'll fit these on and we'll attach 2 wheels to the flatbed and this should move it along nicely.
Yeah. Keep pushing. It's not enough, is it? So we're about 60% through. So we took the ones we got off Michael O'Donovan. We burnt the pin to get him off the frame. And now we've slipped this new one in. So cleaned off all of this, burnt the hole, cleaned off all of this with the grinder, and now we have this fitted. So we fitted our new kit in. Trouble is, there's a bit of movement in it. So with this movement in it, we're gonna put a couple of spacers in, and those spacers should take away a bit of the play. From here, we're gonna be about 8 inches up here. We're gonna cut this off, and then we're gonna try and weld this to the underside of the flatbed, which should give us nice movement. It's Friday. No, it's not, man. It's Saturday. I'm on the road again, on the way to the yard again. Had a site meeting this morning, talking about a potential job, and an ugly word, what I used to think was an ugly word, which I used to tread on eggshells around, reared its head. Someone else brought it up, and they thought that by bringing up this word, they thought that it would put me onto the back foot and I would start reversing. Beep, beep, beep. Give you the background on that word. I spent many a year not making what this word is and not being open about it. And that word is profit. Having a conversation about a job and somebody says,
what profit are you gonna make?
Like that's bad. Like you should build, fix, maintain, renovate, or do anything, and you should not make profit. And if you're making money, then there's something bad about that. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's not. And I have done jobs where I haven't made any profit at all. Sometimes I've done jobs just because I wanted them on the portfolio. I wanted to be an NHBC builder. There are jobs I have done where I didn't make any money. And I did those jobs to get to a point. But that is not the case on every job. And if you did every job for no profit, you wouldn't be here. And why would you do it? For what reason? Why? The people who are putting pressure on you with using profit as an ugly word, they are doing it so they can make more profit. Do not be afraid to make a profit, because if you don't make one, you won't be here very long, and nobody wants to be a busy fool. There are jobs which you will do from time to time because you want them on your CV, or let's say you've got a massive machine, you've got 60 people working for you, you don't want anyone to leave, you want to keep them busy because you've got another job scheduled which is going to start, I don't know, in 10 weeks, and you need to keep everybody busy for those 10 weeks, and you need to keep the wheels turning. I get it, makes sense. We all do it from time to time, but when the time comes, do not be afraid to make a profit. As you can see, I'm very passionate about that, and I'm glad I got it off my chest. In the yard, Donovan Tyres have arrived, and they've brought us a full van of tyres again, and they're taking away all the scrap. Just got home. It's been an extremely long week. Once again, they put on a great event, fully sold out. Don't know the pay-per-view numbers, but I'm sure that was a great success as well. KSI got the result. Deji got the result. The only person who didn't get the result they wanted today was me, because I haven't found out if Michael O'Donovan's going to provide a home for these fish. Gonna have to give him a call tomorrow morning. Guys, before I sign off, remember to download the Kalana app for all your productivity and tech needs. And that's it for Ashville Weekly, episode 136. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe our channel. Click here to see an Ashville video you may not have seen before. And click here for last week's episode, which was number 135.